The South African Communist Party Central Committee begins its three-day meeting today in Braamfontein. SABC News reporter Ntlantla Kgatlhane is, of course, in Braamfontein. Perhaps you give us an update there. Ntlantla, very good morning. Tell us what's happening on your end, the dynamics unfolding, and just the state of the SACP as we're speaking.
Yes, well, indeed, Lisa, coming to you right here from Braamfontein, where the SACP will hold a three-day Central Committee meeting to talk on various issues. I mean, the SACP is one of those parties. Come next year, it will be interesting to, track in terms of how they're going to perform after that announcement that they will be going at it independently. But with me, I'm with the General Secretary of the SACP, Mapaila, who's just going to talk to us with regards to this gathering this weekend, just to give us insight. Thank you so much, Mr. Mapaila, for your time.
Thank you.
Talk to us. You guys have gathered. What's on the table?
It's a normal Central Committee meeting. We'll discuss the situation in the country, quite a number of things. This Central Committee now takes 3 times a year. It used to be 4 times a year. So it's a wide spectrum of issues that will be on the table. First, the situation of the working people in our country, the cost of living crisis that is continuing to brutalize the working people, the poor, unaffordability of basic services, the crisis of social services. We'll analyze, of course, the performance of the government today, how it is intervening in a wide range of issues. We have on the agenda the issues related to the national dialogue and several other things affecting South Africans that are topical, that are on the table. But the main thing, of course, will be to reflect on the SACP's strength on the ground and the program that we have launched, the People's Red Caravan. We have done 2 programs, one in Northwest, one in Matibidi in Mpumalanga. We'll also assess how far we're going with that particular project. It's an extremely important program because it seeks to bring back self-reliance of our people, self-creation of jobs by our people, self-production of food by our people, activated as a process by the Communist Party. So that's a very important area of work. Then, of course, we'll assess the state of the alliance and look at the preparations from our allies, particularly COSAT has got an important Central Committee coming. It's an important platform of the workers. Of course, we'll also deal with the general state of the alliance at the moment, which we must indicate not ideal, but important that issues are surfacing, the issue relating to duality of membership as a consequence of the SACP's decision to contest local government elections. All that will come under review and discussions in this meeting.
Talking about the alliance, talk to us with regards to what you guys have called for, one of the reasons why you guys took that position to go at elections independently. The state of the alliance, the bilateral meeting that you guys were calling for, are you happy? Where is that?
Well, the bilateral meetings, yes, but at the moment, they have not resolved the problem. The issue is that Congress has taken a decision. And with the Congress decision, neither the Central Committee nor me have the power to reverse it. So unfortunately, that's the thing. We had an opportunity where it could have been possible to manage this thing differently. But the ANC was very arrogant at the time. In November, we had a discussion with them. They had a take it or leave it scenario, which was not working for us because they were practically asking us to reverse our own Congress decision, which was quite undermining and condescending to us. We can ask them to renege or to reverse their own conference decisions, for instance. So in the absence of that, the reaffirmation by our Special National Congress on this matter became important, and now we're at an implementation phase. We'll also be receiving report about implementation process in this regard.
Well, this decision of going at it alone, at some point, we had political pundits, arguing, debating around it, saying that, sometimes it comes across as if it's reduced to a Mapaila's posture when you just said that it was a Congress decision. Any chances of you going back on your word in terms of implementing? I mean, we know that the ANC said that it seems like, you can't find each other in meetings that you guys have had?
No, it's the arrogance, not that we can't find each other, it's arrogance. First, The alliance found each other on the question of reconfiguration, where a joint document agreed in 2019. In fact, I've got a brief copy. I'll share that copy with you. We agreed in 2019 on the process of reconfiguration of the alliance. The ANC has not been serious about it. Now, our Congress decision reacting to that unseriousness of the ANC gave us a deadline to go to contest elections with or without the reconfiguration of the alliance if by end of December 2022 we have not reached one another about the process of implementation of the reconfiguration of the alliance. Of course, at the time they went to their own national conference. We postponed this thing to the following year to buy time to engage with them. And when the first meeting, when we were supposed to engage with them, they came out and said the call for reconfiguration is meant to liquidate the ANC. So they were not serious from the beginning. It's not us who have not been serious. Even the option of what was called the flexible option, wherein we could still work together in a different form, develop a mechanism of joint work, was rejected by them, not us. So all these pundits who have not been in meetings, who do not even listen to what we say, but are interested in projecting a factional posture in public or a sectarian posture, do not know what we have gone through trying to negotiate, trying to engage the ANC to accept common prosecution of the national democratic revolution. That is the agenda for economic and social transformation of our country. They've been the one that wanted full control of everything, and it is in this regard that our Congress decided to move ahead, and we are implementing that Congress decision. It's not a personal thing. And as you can see now, we've started getting even calls from some of our structures, particularly about participating in the by-elections. We can't stop that because the decision has long been taken. In fact, we should have participated in the 2024 elections as per our Congress decision. We try to bend and be flexible in that particular space to reach out to the ANC, which was not willing to engage. They are only coming in now this year in March. We had a session with them post facto after the Congress has decided on this thing. Again, now in June, we try to have a discussion, but they've got one-sided mentality, which is not helpful to resolving the problem, because the mentality is to say, stop contesting. Now, it's not how it should work. We are an independent organization. We are in alliance with the ANC. The alliance is based on key principles, and if those principles are being violated, we have the right to pursue those principles independently. And in this period, we feel that the ANC has violated the sanctity of the coordination of the alliance program for transformation in this country. Hence, we are losing the support of the masses on the basis not of what we failed to put on the table for the ANC to do, but because the ANC decided to pursue a neoliberal economic trajectory in this country, attacking the working class, brutalizing the working class, favoring private sector or capital at the expense of our people. That's part of the problems that are there. But we remain in the alliance. The dual membership still exists. Our members, all of us who are here, belong, for instance, to the ANC in our own right because of the dual membership. But the implications for that, we'll debate that issue about what form of new relations we now have with the ANC in the context of this decision that we've taken.
Let's be practical also. The decision has been taken. You're not going back. You're contesting elections not to just, mark the register. It's to perform well. In terms of, strategies to appeal to people, we know that elections are also, they involve a lot of money. It's not going to be an easy task.
We don't have money, and everybody knows that. But we will contest elections without money. We'll prove it. That's our posture. There's no capital that's going to fund us. But the people of South Africa, the working class, will respond to this challenge. And I think we'll have to have a community-based elections campaign without money. We will not match all these parties. We have seen now capital, the Oppenheimer, for instance, funded the Moonshot Pact parties, a fact that the media do not want to talk about. Some of those, like, let's say, a party called Rise Mzansi, they give it more than 35 million. We have never had that kind of money as a communist party. They get it in just 2 quarters of an election cycle, half a year. So we are clear about the terrain that we are entering. It's a terrain of class struggle, and we are prepared to fight hard. We have fought hard over the past many years on the side of the African National Congress, so there's no problem in that regard.
Quickly before I let you go, you said amongst the things that you guys are going to talk about is going to be the national dialogue. Different views when it comes to that. Others are arguing that we know issues. Challenges are implementations. What's your posture towards this national dialogue?
Well, a civil society-led national dialogue is what we have supported. As you know, President Thabo Mbeki came to address our special national congress. We invited him to come. We have had discussions with him even before, and he had placed this question on the table. And when we had the special national congress, he came to address our congress. Our congress resolved on supporting the national dialogue framework, which should assist the country to refocus its efforts and priorities and help government to do so. Because government at the current moment, has been listening to itself and not to the people, and has been doing many wrong things, despite that the people can identify major social challenges and economic challenges. For instance, poverty in the country, economic degradation, lack of jobs and work, high cost of living, crime, and several other things, difficulties with social services. We now even have majority of our social services declining, whether it's the water provision, electricity provision, road networks collapsing, and everything else. So these are things that the government is aware. But what is the option of government? They've been taking the neoliberal posture. We've seen now the concession of the rail industry to private capital, concession of the water industry to private capital. The president was just calling last week at the water summit private capital to enter the water industry. In other words, water is going to be a commodity for the majority of our people. So it's a new terrain of struggle that we must stand up and fight against as a Communist Party. So the national dialogue was going to help government to refocus itself and to appreciate its mandate and exercise that mandate rather than hand over its mandate to private business that is not accountable to the people. And when it does something wrong, the people don't ask it, but they ask government to account. So that's part of the problem. But we support the national dialogue, and we hope that even the foundations we have actually debated in our Politburo will be placing it here in the Central Committee. But we need to engage with some of the foundations, including the Thabo Mbeki Foundation, because it's very, very important as a person that initiated this process that they don't get dislodged from this process. And we must find a way in which they can find a way to participate in the process. And also we mobilize our society, our people to participate and make a strong input and make a call to government to take action against challenges that they face as a community.
Well, thank you so much. That was Mapaila, the General Secretary of the SACP. They're just talking to us with regards to what's on the table amongst the issues going to be to talk in-depthly about the national dialogue and also painting a picture there in terms of how they are going to approach the elections, admitting there that they don't have money rather, but they are not going back. They'll go to communities. We know that they have visited the Northwest Province on the Red Caravan campaign where they extracted some boreholes. They're assisting the community, trying to appeal. But it remains to be seen in terms of how the party will perform next year after its decision, or should I say rather its historic decision to go at elections independently and taking action.